A lot of things reported to be realized in non-duality seem so lofty and grandiose to me lately. What do you think? You seem less quick to buy into the hype, which is appreciated. Question. It seems like guru roleplay and just retelling what they've been told by their guru often doesn't resonate as 100% certain to them. Not saying there's no truth in it, trying to sift out the gold. Yeah, I think that with every industry, and sorry to call non-duality an industry, but what else would I call it? I mean like spirituality and industry. So also if you were in the writing or arts or business, but also in spirituality, so in the spiritual business as well, it's flooded by narcissistic, psychopathic leaders. It's interesting, isn't it? That yeah, our society is so overcome with narcissistic abuse. Yeah, and it's not just in non-duality, it's in all areas. And so there is a lot of narcissistic abuse, I would say, out there in gurus and in teachers. And then sometimes some of the people that teach are acting out having been narcissistically abused, which I have to say I've acted out in the past as well. In being a teacher, you know, you might have seen me in the past being too compassionate to people and letting people speak too much and not standing up for myself enough. You know, these are effects of it. But all of us are injured by this phenomena. I think it's a fascinating phenomena, and it's being talked about so much more widely. So that's the way it is. I wouldn't say it's just to non-duality. The only problem with non-duality is it's very close to like the Jesus Christ delusion. It's like, I am enlightened. You know, like, and even people that say they're not enlightened, you know, non-duality teachers, like that can be narcissistic as well, because it's like, yeah, I'm the only one with the right message here. Nobody else is enlightened but me. Like it's, or they don't even say that, but they'll be like, I'm saving you from all these other people. It's like endless. It's, yeah, it's rife, but it's rife in all areas. It's rife in politics, it's rife in art. It's something that we've got to begin to emerge out of as a society, because we've been led, you know, predominantly by narcissists and sociopaths for thousands and thousands of years, not all the time, but predominantly. We've not had balanced, healthy leaders. It's normally been like, so if we look at royalty, the way that they survived was, in England, was colonization, was taking from the majority and keeping huge amounts of wealth for their own personal gain. That is not a balanced and healthy output. Like, you know, who feels comfortable doing that? There has to be a cutoff and a disconnect, a lack of empathy. Like, who would feel comfortable like leaving people in real poverty and gaining from that? I'm not trying to, like, this can also be an effect of narcissistic abuse, as being too empathetic. I'm not trying to be too moralistic here. Like, that is something that I can be. But yeah, shoot me if I get too moralistic. But I'm just trying to point out, like, that we've totally been led by narcissists, and we're all, and you know, most of society are in love with the narcissist and don't even know what it is. Really don't know what it is. Even if they've heard a bit about it on YouTube, it can take years and years and years to really comprehend the psychology of it, and the difference between somebody who is high in narcissism and somebody that's not, and why the person that's high in narcissism does well in leadership roles. So yeah. And I sometimes have dysfunctional boundaries. So, you know, I try to point that out to people so that people aren't just like, oh, she behaves perfectly, I want to be like that. I do not behave perfectly. There's still things that I have to work on in my human world and expand. Yeah. So that would be my reply to that, Ben. So you have to, like, to me, the important thing is the putting the attention into the I am. Listen to the talks so you can like open your mind up to non-duality. Like, I see non-duality talks as not just mine, but a lot of people that speak, as like a meditation. It's questioning your status quo. So listen to the talks and let them, like a poem, guide you back to what you are. So you're getting a taste of it, like, and then questioning, like, so how does this teacher make me feel? And it's okay to be like, this teacher feels like a narcissist, or this teacher feels like this. And what does that feel like in your body? Like, it's an internal exploration. And you know, like these are the three components, you know, like it is the practice of putting your attention on the I am, like being open to these ideas. So listening to talks and letting them guide you like a meditation. And then questioning, you know, how does this make me feel? How does it make me feel if non-duality is corrupted by narcissistic teachers? And I mean, in a way, you know, there's been a need for them, but now we can begin to move away from it, not just in non-duality, but in our society. Yeah. And you don't need to make it grandiose. Like, it doesn't need to be grandiose. Like, we that study non-duality aren't better than other people. And I certainly don't think that non-duality is going to save the world. I think that if people are more happy, then it will fundamentally change society. But then we might not be able to produce enough resources. I mean, who knows what happens then? Like, but there is a freedom in it. There is this gentle, loving, expansive freedom when there is this shift from being something contracted and narrow that's in thoughts and in time to this expansiveness that's right here. And it's everybody's nature. It's unconditioned because it's the birthright of everything. It is everything.